What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live right here on the 2nd Street Marvel, where we're coming at you live every single Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. In case this is your first time here, what I typically do is I talk about some comic books that I pulled this week, and then I get in and interact with you all in the live chats as we talk about some of the things that have kind of happened throughout the week. And oh man, what a week it's been, right? What a week it has been. Now, if you are watching this live, please make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure that you share it out with your friends. Tell them to come hang out with us here. I do apologize for the delay, but I was out for a bike ride this evening here before the show. And honestly, I got to the stoplight where I was like, I make a right-hand turn and it takes me straight home. Straight home, right to the house, beep, beep, like a little right-hand turn, right about 2 miles, and then make a little left-hand turn, and basically I'm home, right? Well, I was out riding, I was feeling good, I was jamming on some Seven Dust, right? You know, I've been jamming on some Seven Dust here today. I was a little bit yesterday as well. And Seven Dust is just such a great band, but I was out riding, I was feeling good. It was, you know, it was windy out and it kind of sucked because of the wind, but it's always windy out here in the first place. But the weather was just so beautiful. It's just like, it was warm, but there was just, you know, all the wind made for a nice breeze. And it was just a really nice Southern California evening, aside from all the smoke and everything that's in the air. I mean, just kind of clouding up the view. Like, I couldn't really, you know, smell it or anything as much. You could just kind of see it more than like the smell. Like, the smell and everything was a couple of days ago. Yeah, so like I got to that stoplight and I was getting ready to make the right-hand turn too. I was going right. I was making the right-hand turn. And then like I seen the light was turning green. I was like, screw it. And I made, you know, I continued to go straight and went for, God, what was that? Another mile out west. And then I made, you know, went out, you know, those last couple of miles home and then circled back around. And trust me when I say the amount that I was late here was probably the amount that extra that I was out on my bike ride. So I apologize. I know. I shouldn't have went for those extra couple minutes on my bike ride. I apologize. But thank you all so much for being here tonight. I hope you're all having a very good evening. And man, what a week it is. Like I said, we're going to talk about some comic books here today. And I want to know from you guys down below, is there any comic books that you guys picked up and read this week? If so, what were they? I want to know down in the comments below. Now, me, I've, you know, I've seen a lot of people griping here lately. And I recently seen this post from somebody I follow on Twitter about like the X-Men books and how they recently announced, basically after Inferno, Jonathan Hickman's anything Jonathan Hickman having his hands on as maybe even as like the head of X is pretty much done. And the post was saying, yeah, I mean, it's an FU to a lot of the readers and everything that have been reading these books and everything. And just kind of this whole debacle, you know, and like people probably won't support it. And by all means, a lot of people probably won't. But at the same time, I was talking about like, you know what? But I also hear a lot of people every single week going on and on bitching about all these X books, yet they still keep reading them every single damn week, right? I don't know. It seems a little counterintuitive, you know, to me. But hey, you do what you will with your money, support what you want to, and criticize it how you will. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, people do that. That's what they do. Is a lot of people do buy books to criticize. I mean, I don't do that. I'm into comics because I like to, you know, read good stories and sometimes to, you know, critique them, not necessarily criticize them. Is it the same thing? Kinda, because I can take something that I don't really like and look at it and be like, here's what this is. Somebody might like this. I don't really, but here's what the art looks like. Here's what the story is. If you're into this, this is something you might enjoy. I myself, I don't. But hey, you know, and some people are just assholes about it. And that's okay too, right? That's okay too. It's okay for people to be jerks about it. But one of the things I actually bought this week is I actually went out there and supported an X book. Yeah, that's right. I bought this this X-Men Trial of Magneto book. You know what? Honestly, I don't even know who's writing this book. I don't know anything about this book other than it's titled X-Men, The Trial of Magneto. And that Art Germ did this fucking beautiful cover of the Scarlet Witch on there, right? Like, how could you not like that, right? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful. Come on. Come on. And yeah, I paid $4.99 for this book, but you know what? That's that's like the normal Marvel price now, right? $4.99, $4.99, that average price book. I mean, let's face it, guys, it's $5, right? It's $5. Whether you buy it on digital or this physical copy, maybe you subscribe to one of those online services, right? That you get to read all of these books. Well, chances are something like this you probably have to pay for if you want to read it now. I think even on Marvel Unlimited, it's a 3-month window. But hey, hey, it's up to you. It's up to you if you want to pay $5 for a digital book to not have it setting in your house anywhere. You got it setting online, and that's fine. If that's how you want to read, that's cool. If you're into digital, great. Recently, Marvel started selling NFTs. Do you know that? Yeah, Marvel got into the NFT game. I remember not too long ago, wasn't it? DC Comics came out and told all the people that were getting ready to make money with their art and shit. They're like, whoa, don't sell your art. Don't sell your art of our characters. Meanwhile, like fucking X, Y, and Z artists that fucking everywhere are selling pictures of our art. But don't you do it, damn it. Don't you be selling no NFTs. That's sorry. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I don't know what I'm talking about there. It's just silly, right? It's just silly. It's just silly. And that's kind of the thing. Like, what is it that you're into? Why are you into it? Are you into comics? Like, I am. Sometimes for different things. Like I said, that book right there, I'm not in it to read that book. I could care less about that book. I dropped the X-Men title. I dropped all those at the beginning of the year. Remember that? Do you remember that? Like I'm one of those people out there that was like, you know what? You know what? And honestly, for me, it wasn't even like fuck these books, they suck kind of thing. It was like, you know what? I'm just done with this shit. Like, it's like, it's kind of going on, and I get it, doing what they're doing, but I'm like, I'm spending all this money, all these books. I'm like, and it's all good, but like, honestly, so many of these stories at this point are just like, man, they're not really all that great. A couple of them are good, and this and that. I'm like, so you know what? I'm not even gonna buy any of them. I'm just not even gonna buy any of them. Done. Sorry, X Office. You're all done. You know what I do still get? Captain Marvel. Ooh, I know. Like somebody's getting ready to talk some shit down in the comments. They're gonna be like, this motherfucker don't read X books, but he reads Captain Marvel. What the fuck is going on here? Like, is it just me? I know somebody's sitting there thinking that shit. They're gonna type that shit right down there in the comments, aren't they? It's okay. It's okay. Damn, that piece of ice is sticking out. But anyway, the thing is like, I'm not into it. I bought that book for the cover. And you know what? There's plenty of people out there who buy comic books just for covers. Collectors do it. People who are, just collectors. Maybe they want the particular artist. Maybe they want the particular book, or who knows, whatever reason they decide to collect it, they collect it. Hey, do what you want to do, right? That's okay. Just like me, that book right there. I bought that book because I wanted that cover. I seen it when I was there. We were bagging and boarding all the comic book shops on Tuesday, and I was like, that's a pretty badass cover, man. Like, I can't even pass that shit up. But honestly, if that was like a DC book, at least they'd give me a cardstock cover with it, right? At least for that extra $1, they'd give me a cardstock cover. These son of a bitches at Marvel, like, if I even touch that book, like all that ink is gonna fucking run off onto my fingers everywhere. And even if I were to take this thing and open it up, put on some white gloves and open this son of a bitch up for you, you could fucking see through the page. Almost like you were looking at a piece of wax paper. You'd be sitting there like one of two things. Either it's gotta be a cover buy, or that's a really good story. But anyway, oh, look at this, man. What kind of son of a damn. So anyway, that's it. But like I said, I'm into comics because I like to read different stories, check out different things, check out different writers, see what they're writing, how they're doing what. And the thing is, like right now, I see there's quite a bit of writers that I enjoy the work their work that I've read, like as far as indies are concerned, who are now going to and doing some stories like at Marvel and DC and shit like that. So I'm like, that's kind of cool, like it's kind of cool to see some of these people get in there and write some of these stories and everything. But I mean, it kind of sucks because at this point, I'm not reading those books. Zack Thompson, great fucking writer, man. This guy is getting ready to do what's that one he's getting ready to do? Khazar over on Marvel Comics. He's getting ready to do a little mini series over there of Khazar. I think that'd be pretty cool. Kari Andrews, and I'm not sure, has Kari Andrews actually done stuff with? Has he ever done stuff with Marvel before? All I know is Kari Andrews. He did one of the covers, and he did a story in the Matrix comics. He recently did Erratic over on AWA Upshot. Great, good writer artist. Very good stuff. That's one of the other things, like I said, I like certain other writers and everything out there too. Michael Morisi, he does a lot of books with Vault Comics. Really good. He does some of the series for the Star Wars Adventures over on IDW Comics. He was writing some of those. He recently, well, I guess it's been a year and a half or so ago. He did a tie-in story to like one of the Marvel books as well. I can't remember if it was like the Annihilation, a little Annihilation thing that they did through a couple of different books, or what they were, just a bunch of little one-shots. But he wrote some of those things over there. Just seeing different writers come in, that's cool. But at this point, like I'm not by, like you have to do your indie. You have to do some indie work. And, it's got to be on one of the indies too, because you know what, like I'm almost like, even like with the Image books these days, right? Even with like Image books, I'm kind of like, like Image got a couple books that I like, but at this point, I kind of feel like I'm done with a lot of the Image books too. Like there's Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man is great, and you know what? And I was even talking about this last week. Radiant Black. Radiant Black has come around. Oh, I guess it was this week, wasn't it? Radiant Black that came out this week. This series has really, like, I've really started to enjoy this series, written by Kyle Higgins. I actually backed a Kickstarter from Kyle Higgins recently. Well, not, I guess not recently. It was a while back. But still waiting on that to come through and everything. And but Radiant Black has been very good as well. So I mean, like, there's a couple of series, but for the most part, I'm kind of like, And at this point too, like, I almost feel like Boom is kind of getting there too. Like they've got, like, at this point, like, Boom Studios has a whole bunch of books that they put out. And I notice as I'm going through pull lists and everything, looking, I'm like, there's fewer and fewer and fewer that I'm buying. There's like Something is Killing the Children and Berserker. Once in Future. It's on hiatus right now. It's getting ready to come back soon. What else? I think that's about it. And they've got plenty of miniseries and stuff like that. But you go look at the catalog they're doing. They got their catalog's expanding, but there's just fewer and fewer titles I'm reading by them at this point. And then there's so many other things, publishers out there. And that's one of the things, like, a lot of them put out little miniseries, 4-issue miniseries, 5-issue. And that's perfectly cool. Some put out one-shots recently, this week, as a matter of fact. Vault Comics. Or not Vault Comics, but Aftershock Comics. My bad. Whew. Don't tell nobody. I'm going to get in trouble. Aftershock Comics this week put out one of these one-shot books. And they've done several of these as well. They put out this book right here, God of Tremors. God of Tremors here as well. Now, I haven't got a chance to read this yet, but they do, like, different things, and, like, they put out a lot of books that are really good too. And a lot of the titles I read, but I was even noticing these past couple months, there's just a few titles, only a couple titles that I'm reading right now, but they've got some that they've recently solicited, more coming up. And, just kind of that's the thing, is you got to go out there and kind of start to get a feel for what you like and what you enjoy. And there's plenty of good stories out there, and you might even be surprised. There's good stories out there that have kind of a lot of the things that people are wanting in their comic books these days, right? Without it being in the Marvels and the DCs of the world, right? Like this one right here, Killer Queens. This is on Dark Horse Comics. Dark Horse Comics, I've been reading plenty of their mini-series. Parasomnia, they're publishing right now, written by Colin Bunn. It's got art with from Andrea Muti. Very good stuff. But this one right here, Killer Queens. Killer Queens. This one is it's Killer Queens #1, putting the sass in assassin. Now, I tell you, in case you guys caught my comic book reviews the other week, that son of a bitch Myrtle fucking cut in on me, motherfucker, man. Maybe you guys didn't get to see me review this, but this book is written by David Booher. He's the same David M. Booher. He's the same writer who's writing Kanto over on IDW Comics. An excellent, excellent fucking series. Love that series. Now he's doing this one right here, which is really kind of like the very opposite of Kanto. Where here, this one is, you know, you've got these assassins going out. It's like this, I guess you could say, a gay assassin story, queer. I don't know. I don't know. I would hate to, you know, I don't know enough about it. Believe me, I'm probably ignorant to the lifestyles. But you can see a lot of gay characters. You got a couple of gay men here. You got these lesbians here. I think by all means you would say that's gay, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of just, you know, however you want to term that. But you see that here. That's what these characters are. You know, you get introduced to these characters. They're out getting ready to go doing an assassination. Right here, you get introduced to them in a very, how would you say, kind of like, almost like a heist movie. That same kind of scenario and setting, where you just kind of get this quick introduction of the characters as they're just in some hijinks before they take off into space. And that's when they come across the point that they need to make some money, and they need to get a job, right? And that's when they end up getting a job from one of the main character's ex-girlfriends, if you will. And so that's kind of what you get out of here. Altogether, I thought the story and everything in here, I thought it was pretty funny. It was a good introduction to these characters or anything. But this is something like, if you don't want to see that in, you know, your comic books, you wouldn't want to read this. But that's what this book is, you know, out there for, right? Again, I thought it was pretty funny. Now, to me, it seems a little similar to one that I read on Vault Comics, which is called Money Shot, in which you see these characters, these scientists who are basically crowdfunding their scientific experiments going out into space and having sex with aliens, right? It's basically Star Trek. But I mean, and that's what it is. And they broadcast it to make money, and it's scientific research. And so, yeah, I mean, like, it's perverse adult kind of books. And, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, that's what it is. Not a terrible story. It was pretty funny, like I said. But again, if there's somebody out there who's not into that, of course, you're not going to read it. They kind of let you know in the description of the book, when you pick up this issue #1, you could easily open up the book and see the art and see what things are doing. Look at the first couple pages. Actually, that one you open up right in the very first page. It shows you, like, what? It shows you. Where'd I put it at? Where'd I put it at? I just had, I'll put it over here. You open it up right at the very first page. It tells you. Like, you're sitting there like, oh, at the comic shop. Hey, maybe you couldn't figure it out from that cover. Maybe you couldn't figure it out from that cover. But then you open it right up in the first page. I mean, that's what you see, right? Like that right there. There's no false advertising there, right? There's no false advertising there. But I don't know. I picked this book up to check out this writer, David Booher, who is, I believe he's a gay man as well. I think that's he talks about his boyfriend in some of the interviews I've seen him doing and stuff. Hey, you know, to each his own. But he's writing this one. like I said, Kanto is a great fucking series over on IDW Comics. And you know what? It doesn't have any of those any of like that stuff that people talk about, any of that SJW stuff. There's none of that kind of agenda-based stuff or anything. It's actually a really great story about this hero. It's the hero's arc done by this little, basically this little guy. You know what? As a matter of fact, we're actually here on the channel giving away a copy of Kanto 3, Lionhearted. This is signed by David Booher himself right here too. Like I said, great book, great writer. That's why when I seen this one, even knowing what it was going to be, I went ahead and picked it up because I wanted to check out his shit and see how it is. Like I said, it's not too bad. But if it's something that you're not into, absolutely, why would you get it? Why would you get it? Certainly, why would you get it and bitch about it, right? Just saying. I'm just saying. Now, the other book that I've got here, I'm telling you, I've talked about this several times this week. This is Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights. This is on Antarctic Press. And this right here is the trade paperback of this book. And when you get in and read, it's about this, it seems like that typical old story, you know, girl from the Midwest leaves her home, goes to the big city of LA, looking to become a big star or something, maybe, or even just get a job and have a place to live and eat and just not be in her parents or not even her parents or grandparents' house with an abusive grandfather and stuff like that. And yeah, so she ends up going out on her own, living in the big city, ends up becoming, you know, what happens when you do that? Naturally, you become a drug dealer and you start running drugs. And, you know, you start selling them to big rock stars and music moguls and things like that. And, of course, naturally, you get your brother involved. Your brother's an idiot and gets kind of fuckheads involved. And it fucks everything up because people get greedy and people are fucking stupid. Right? I don't know about you. That sounds like a great damn book. I'm telling you, this is like one of the greatest books that fucking I've read this last year. You've absolutely got to check this book out. It's great. It's great in every way. The art in it, I like. The storytelling is great. Like, see right here, you see the chick getting ready to go out and deliver. She's got all the drugs and shit taped to her. She's getting ready to go traffic that shit, man. Yeah, she's fucking getting ready to take that shit across the state lines. Look, see? How could you not like it? How could you not like this stuff? Sex, drugs, rock and roll, fucking absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. This one I still haven't got a chance to read yet, but isn't it so fitting? Isn't it so fitting? This is George Orwell's 1984. It's very funny. On this book right here, on the price tag, it says $22 higher in Canada. That shit's funny. But getting in here, it's very it's a graphic novel. You get where you get in here, and you know it's got some of the art going on there, and then you'll get into other parts where let's see where we're going into. I know there's other parts where it breaks into parts with just like a story, just like a book. Well, like I know for sure, like right through here, it has some of the different stuff going on in here. But they have different things like that throughout this book. But I cannot wait to get into this one and finally get a chance to read it because it's great. It's great. I've seen the movie. I've never read the book, and I think this is going to be kind of a good balance of the two. And then I need to get the book. I actually need to get the actual novel and read that shit too. But really looking forward to read that one. And so, like I said, I got into comics to read great stories, right? To read good stories, fun stories. You know. Depends on what the story is. You know, sometimes, like I said, I'll read a book and, you know, maybe I'll stick it out for a couple issues, see how it is, and be like, yeah, maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's not for me. But if there's plenty that I go out there and I read, like all 5 issues of a miniseries, 6 issues, I'm like, hey, that was actually pretty good. It just depends on what you like and what floats your boat. There's all kinds of great stuff out there. Now, speaking of which, you know what? I got something else in as well. got something else in as well. I got this Kickstarter. Or no. This one is. I don't believe this one is a. Actually, I don't believe this is a Kickstarter. I believe I got this one from Indiegogo. But here over the past year or so, with the help of the immortal Myrtle Maniacs, I've been able to go out there and check out different crowdfunding campaigns. Now, crowdfunding can be expensive. It certainly can. So that's why with, like I said, your guys' support, the channel members here of the channel, those of you who support the channel with your hard-earned dollars, I do use that money to go out there and crowdfund comic books, right? And so that's what we've been doing. And here, and all I'm looking for there is, I kind of got into it. A while back. When the first one I ever backed, the first campaign I ever backed was out of curiosity. Well, yeah, I guess it was. There was actually two of them. There was actually a couple that I ordered. One of the first ones was White Lily issue number 3 from Preston Polger, Pocket Jacks Comics. I ordered that, and then the next one that I ordered was Iron Sights 2 Psychos on Splatto Comics from Richard C. Meyer. And I did that one because, I watch his channel a lot, Comics Matter with your boy Zack, and I got it, and I was like, I want to back this book to see how it is, because this motherfucker, dude, all he does is talks a whole bunch of shit about the Marvel and DC comics. And now, a lot of times, he's not wrong. He's right about some stuff. A lot of times you can tell some of the stuff that he's talking about might be a little bit personal. Get a bit personal. Because he's been rubbed the wrong way by some people, and he rubs them the wrong way, and they're rubbing each other, and they're loving it, rubbing and tugging it. And, but, so I went out there, and I was like, you know what? This dude harshly criticizes a lot of people. I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to back some of his books and check them out. See how they are. See how his books are. Sorry, guys. And I backed a couple, and I gotta say, not too bad. Not too shabby. I recently got these right here. We'll get these out of here. And I'm pretty sure that's where these ones right here are coming from. Pretty sure that's where these are coming from. So let's open these things up and see what's inside of these. But since then, I've kind of, I haven't really been, I can't say I've backed a campaign really that I've been necessarily disappointed in. I will say that there's some I've backed that there's not really the value there for your dollar at all. But one could easily argue that when it comes to crowdfunding comics, you're actually going out there specifically to support a creator, a writer, or artist that is somebody making the book. Maybe the letterer, who knows? But somebody that has something to do with the book. You're supporting artists specifically. It's almost like something that's going on right now with that thing they're doing, Substack. Have you heard of Substack? It's that thing I've talked about it a little bit here. It's kind of like OnlyFans or Patreon for writers, right? And some of these writers out there have decided that they are going to start doing the Substack deal. Like James Tynan, Donnie Cates, and other people have decided they're going to start doing the Substack deal. So they can work on specific things that they want to do and basically have fans there along the way checking it out, checking their shit out, getting the updates, and probably seeing the work and everything along the way before. And some of these apparently are going to print as well. Some of the creators are going to do them. So, hey, I don't know. But people go there to support that. That's what you go there for, to support these specific writers. So, let's check this out right here. Right here. All right. This right here is Nexus Triplets. Nexus Triplets. This is on Splatto Comics. This book, the script is by Mike Barron. The art is by Kelsey Shannon. Lettering by Eric Weathers, edited by Richard C. Meyer. Nexus is created by Mike Barron and Steve Rude. So, yeah. I guess there's a little sample of the art and all the names of the people who worked on this book in here. So I believe this was with the campaign. This is one of the extra little books that came with the campaign. I think there was a couple of different tiers, and I can't remember if I'm wrong. I can't remember if I'm wrong or not. It was only a few dollars more to get the one that had this little extra, this Nexus book with it as well. But let's get here into this next one and see what we've got in here. All right. Okay, and here, okay. Ooh, we've got a poster as well. Got a nice little poster for the Nexus comic book as well. Yeah, so there you go. Or there I go, I guess. There I go. And then now, bam. This is Impossible Stars. Right there. Now, Impossible Stars. Let's see here. Possible Stars. Story by Richard C. Meyer and Chuck Dixon. Script by Chuck Dixon. Art by Renzo Rodriguez. Colors by Michael G. Lettering by Carlos M. Mangual. And edited by Richard C. Meyer. And getting in here, I mean, you can see some of the art there. Some of the art you'll be getting in this book. So, yeah, I don't know. You can kind of see there, it's a nice little, like a nice little, I don't know, what would this be, like 60 pages or so? Not quite a little trade paperback, maybe like one of those, like those little Marvel Tales or something. Yeah, I don't know. So, can't wait to read this and get into this and see how this book is. Like I said, I've backed several other books from Richard C. Meyer over on Splato Comics. This is probably, like, I've got one more that is getting, I believe is going to be coming in soon. That will probably be the last one we get in. Probably the last one I'll back. I mean, unless there's one that really piques my interest from him. But other than that, I can say that they've been pretty good. The writing is in them is kind of funny and silly and just a good time. Just kind of reminds me of watching I don't know, maybe just like a silly 90s kind of action movies like the Iron Sights. It's like I mean, I would say that like No Country for Old Men meets Napoleon Dynamite, right? Like kind of like that. Just I don't know, silly kind of fun slapsticky bullshit, and that's it. But yeah, so I can't wait to get into this one. It's like a space sci-fi book, a space sci-fi. But anyway, guys, that's all I got here for the comic books and everything this week. Let me know. Like, do you guys pick anything up? What are you reading? What are you reading? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's get here and see what everybody is saying. Oh man, who did somebody come in here and what? What happened? Oh, what happened? All right. Who all we got here? Right, so we got my man RC Scott Mike the Inquisigator Porter. All right. Reefer Man Reviews. What is up, my man? How are you doing? We've also got Two Brothers Comics. What is up? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Caught a little bit of you guys' stream earlier. Guys, go subscribe to Two Brothers Comics. There's a link down in the description below. Dixie says, I'm not into comic magazines either. RC Scott says, I picked up the Kraven's Last Hunt arc in Spider-Man from 1987 and had a few of the earlier issues of Judge Dredd. Nice, yeah. You know, what issues are there? I've got a few old school Spider-Man books from around that time. Some Web of Spider-Man books. Been putting Man Child the Jackal on replay all day. Not big on rap. That song sucks. Never heard of it. Which Seven Dust album were you listening to? You know what, RC Scott, it's easier to ask which ones I wasn't listening to. Not really. Yeah, I was listening to Animosity. I listened to Alpha. I was listening to, man, is that one self-titled? The red one, like red with the 7 and the D. It was one of the ones that Sonny Mayo played on. I was also listening to Chapter 7, Pain and Sorrow. And yeah, very good stuff, man. Like Animosity, though. I was listening to Animosity, and I made a post about it earlier today too. I was like, damn, man, like this album was so fucking great, man. Like that, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, not getting my funny books till next week. Yeah. California's on fire again? When isn't it? When isn't it? Yeah. Could be more on fire. Yeah. Yeah. Justin Simone, what is up? How are you doing? What is up? Says, man, it's been a while. Long vacation. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, man. Hope all's going well with you. I seen you got timed out the other day over at the tower, man. I stepped in. I was like, I heard Josh say something about the chat. I'm like, oh man, I was here at the house busy just doing shit. I'm like, what am I missing? I was like, I gotta get into the chat. By that time, your ass was already axed. I'm like, damn, what happened? I was like, what happened, man? Some professor at college in California was charged with arson. Sam something or Jose or something or yeah, probably so. Yeah. Help Trinity buy another X-Men book. Oh man. F Digital, nothing beats the smell of an older comic. Yeah, absolutely. Stephen Brown, thank you so much for being here. Trying to finish my incomplete Siege of Darkness Midnight Suns 90s run. Nice. All right. Damn, I'm falling asleep already, says Mike Porter. No! Guy with no arms or legs that nailed to a wall is named Art. No, there you go. All right. Yeah. Go out and get them all right now. He still won't be done talking. Nah, yeah, probably not. Trash Stories have jumped into the time machine to collect old shit again. About to fire up my omnibus collection. Yeah, dude, like that's Justin. That's what I've been doing, dude. That's what I've been doing. Oh yeah, it's not even a poster. It's one of the, what do they call those? Is it tapestry? Is it tapestry or is it like what? I can't remember what they used to call them, but it's cloth. It's cloth. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty badass, man. But yeah, Justin, that's what I've been doing too, though, man. Is getting some of the omnibus here. Like, I'll tell you that I think the one that people, well, you know what? Maybe these two. These two right here, people will probably that I bought. There are people that would out there. But like this one right here, got Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel, the original Ms. Marvel. And Carol Danvers was Ms. Marvel. Went out there and got that. This is collecting Ms. Marvel number 1 through 23, Marvel Team Up number 61 and 62, 76 and 77, The Defenders number 57, Marvel 2-in-1 number 51, Marvel Superheroes 10 and 11, The Avengers 200 and Annual 10, and material from The Avengers number 197 through 199 and Marvel Fanfare number 24. A lot of the OG shit. But then the other one I got, oh man, I know you're gonna is, oh my god, all new Wolverine. Tom Taylor's all new Wolverine. I've seen this. This came out, and the price that I was able to get this at was like half price. I was like, all right, sweet. I was like, I'll go ahead and get it. It was like $50. So couldn't really say no. But yeah, I've been getting those. I've been collecting those as well, man. I also got Black Widow. Black Widow Strikes Omnibus. I got the Ed Brubaker believe it's like his like I don't know his like whole run he did with Steve Epting. Yeah, with Steve Epting, collecting like Captain America #1 through like 45 or some shit like that. Between the two of them, it's got the death of Captain America, Winter Soldier, Winter Kills, and just kind of that whole Brood Breaker shit that he did. You know what? And I seen there's one that's getting ready to come out. That I seen Jim Mink Collectible actually had. He had the one that's getting ready to come out of the Rick Remender Captain America run, which has got like the Castaway in Dimension Z and all that bullshit. I want to get that one when that one comes out. I want to get that one because he got it early, and I think it comes out maybe next week or the week after that, but sometime very soon. But then the Captain Marvel one, I got the Infinity War omnibus. The Infinity War one is a big old thick one. Oh, I heard that. Got the Infinity War omnibus as well, and this son of a bitch, man, look at this thing. God damn, man, like this thing is like, dude, this thing. Oh yeah, sorry, dude, this thing is like huge. Look at that thing. Like, I put it up close enough to the thing, it almost takes up the whole screen, right? Dude, this is like massive. This one's a massive fucking book. Now the one I want to get, and there was a guy online that was selling one. Was the Infinity Gauntlet omnibus. But yeah, they're great, man. And I got the Moon Knight omnibus. That's the only one I've actually read and got through so far is the Moon Knight one. I got the Thunderbolts omnibus as well, volume 1. Now I've read because that one's got a lot of their first appearances and shit. And then it's got the first like 23 or so issues of that run where I've got the trade paperback here that's got all like the first appearances and then the first 4 issues. So I got to get through that one as well. Then I bought the Squadron Supreme omnibus. It's a smaller one though. I think it's the first, I don't know, 15 issues, 20 issues or something. Where I know there's a different one that I seen at a pretty good price. I'm probably going to get as well. That's like the thicker one of the Squadron Supreme. And then got the all new Wolverine. Then I also picked up because some of these others I can't find in omnibuses and shit, but it's like the like this one right here. I bought the Avengers Epic Collections. And this was one that Wayne was telling me to pick these shits up. I also got the West Coast Avengers and a couple of what else I get? Doctor Strange as well. So yeah, man, get that old school stuff. Yeah, for the Comics for Diversity. Yeah, always cared about the yeah. There you go. Buy comic books because of the toilet paper shortage. Yeah, there you go. You can do what you got to do. Only Image book I still read is Ultra Mega. Dude, you got to get Ice Cream Man. Get Ice Cream Man. Get it. And I remember the early days of Image. So dope. Yeah, I bet. Sebastian, thank you so much for being here. Ultra Mega is badass. All right. Yeah. I know a lot of people reading it. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, 3 original comics out of Boom. Rest is based on a show or movie. They've got a lot like that. Yeah, but a lot of them are like that now. Johnny on the spot, how are you doing? What is up, my man? I hope you're doing well. I'll grill some Hatch pepper burgers. All right, have a good one, Justin. Take it easy. Let's see. Oh, Two Gun. Yeah, something happened there. Two Gun Pedro was timed out, and then he was untimed out. Mike, the instigator was after you, man. Let's see. I hope you're doing well, Two Gun Pedro. Ooh, Two Gun. Oh wait, it's not the Tyndall covers, but I got some covers in the other day of I got some White Widow covers, some White Widow books in the other day. Yeah, got in some White Widow books. Let's see. Nikki is in the house. It's fucking late still. Yeah, yeah. I am trash. You're trash. You're trash. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Did I miss something? Speed, Weed, and Birth Control. What? 1984 is my favorite book. Used to be fiction. Yeah, used to be fiction. Yeah, Keely Chow, thank you so much for being here. Hope you're doing well. FNT raid. All right. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Can't take things personal, you know? Yeah. Absolutely. RC's got punches there. Oh man. Yeah, an unboxing. Woo! Yeah. Who else we got in here? Thanks for the long speech. I was waiting for Myrtle to interrupt again. Oh man, I know that son of a bitch, man. Can you believe him? Yeah. So extra long messages to see if he ever gets caught up. Oh, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, damn it. It just skipped on me, too. It just skipped on me. Aglax entered the chat and I didn't even see where. Okay, there he is. Who else we got here? Aglax says, I'm like thinking about ordering ice cream delivery drunk. Hell yeah, dude. Do it. Todd, what is up, my man? How are you doing? Says, how's it going? What's going on, everybody? Marvel Maniac, welcome to the chat. Yeah, bring your own ranch. Yeah. The cover is great. No space allowed. Yeah. I think that's what it is. No space. Yeah. Pages ripped out and used to smoke weed by RC Sky. Oh, man. Yeah. I just finished all this week's X-Men. Nightcrawler finally found his spirituality again. And it was awesome. Nice. Yeah, I haven't read any of the X books in a while, man. I haven't read any of them in a while. I cover bought the trial of Magneto this week for that beautiful Wanda cover. Yeah. Home is still the best Seven Dust album. Home's a good one. I like Home. But yeah, I don't know, man. They've got so many great albums too. That's the thing is like, I don't know. They've just got Seven Dust just has too many great albums to really, for me to call it. You know. Yeah, Mr. 2 was listening. Yeah. Oh, Mike the Inquisitor. Inquisigator with a 99-cent super chat. Thank you so much. Super sticker. A diamond. Yeah, there we go. All right. That sounds like that's like a stripper name, I think. Isn't it? Diamond? Is Batman the Adventures continue based off Batman animated series? Because I can't wait. I don't know. I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure. I've never read it. I know we are a Marvel channel here, but work with me. Yeah, I've never read it. It looks, if that's the one that I've seen, it looks more cartoony, like the animated series did. But I'm not sure if that's what it's based on. I'll have to, because I've seen that in the shop. Yeah. Chaos has the second most Myrtle bit after me. Oh, that son of a. You mean New Adventures of Yeah. Wait, what? I don't know which one. Yes, okay. Aglax, yeah, says yes it is. There we go. He knows, yeah. Aglax knows. Still building up my epic collection. Nice. Hell yeah. He said, oh man. Nah, man, that's funny. Funny. Early Squadron is so good. The recent Heroes Reborn is another great example of Jason Aaron using old characters in the way they were originally written. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know I've heard several people talking about the Heroes Reborn, and I think the trade paperback just came out or is getting ready to. I may check that out. I may check it out. Because yeah, I certainly heard a lot of people talking about it as it was coming out. Show me. Oh, okay, you want to see them covers? All right. I'll dig them out. Trash because I'm always late to your trailer park streams. Nah, it's all good. I just flap my gums anyway. Who the hell sung that song? Which one? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Joe? That one? I don't know. Yeah, who's been hating on you? I'll hurt them, says Mike Porter. Signing up to work at DoorDash 20 hours a week for extra money. My boss does it and was telling me he makes a decent. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, but of course, I mean, you already know you were just driving a lot and shit, but you know how it works out. Hurt anyone who stands in your way. I got this. All right. I almost blocked Mike by mistake. Now I'm trashed. Oh man. Obi-Wan the homie, what is up? How are you doing? Okay, let's check this out. Here we go. Oh yeah. Here we go. Well, first thing, first thing we got is Darkon, issue number 3. This one I can't remember who did this cover, but yeah, got that Darkon issue number 3. The White Widow there. Let's see. You've probably seen. I know you've seen the this White Widow. This one was the regular retail cover. The regular retail cover of White Widow. Then I got this one right here. Of issue number 6. Yeah, got that one right there. That one right there. Yeah. And then I got this one right here. All with the foil. The foil, I think they call the foil covers with the with the letters and everything there. Yep. Got those. And I think there's 2 more that are on the way that for whatever reason were delayed. Probably printing errors. I know in one of the books they had printing errors on, and they talked about that. But then also got some of this goodness, dude. Some of this goodness, like this right here. That was just a postcard. Another postcard right here. Then these art cards. That one. That one. That one. Then that one, just like the cover, comic cover was. Right there. This one right here. That one right there. And then a couple of posters. A few posters. I'm telling you, like, you got the goods in. Got that one right there. Let's see this one right here. You know what's funny is, I'm not sure if you guys ever see him in the chats. You'll see Simple Sparrow. He came in here one day, and he was so funny. He messaged me. He's like, bro, how do you get these things and not bust? I was just rolling. I was rolling. Yeah, right there. Right there. But yeah, man, that just came in. You must have missed it. I think it was on Wednesday morning. On Wednesday morning, your boy Myrtle was here in the studio. He went ahead and unboxed these for us. He went ahead and unboxed these for us the other day. But also what came with it, what else they sent with it was this right here. Yeah. 2021 Zodiac Calendar, Elias Chaotsoutis. Man, you like Elias Chaotsoutis art as well? Dude, I'm telling you. That Chaotsoutis, man. That Chaotsoutis. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. But dude, yeah. Good stuff, man. I'm telling you, Chaotsoutis, he's a good artist. And I noticed he's been doing a lot more covers lately for, like, I noticed he's been doing the Invincible Red Sonja covers. I've been doing some of those. He did one on one of the Sumerian on a Blaze Comics one time. He's been doing some fire covers and shit as well, man. But Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Always great when you see that's the great thing. That's the great thing when you go out and you crowdfund these comic books, man. It's like you get in there, you support creators that you want to support, and you get cool shit in the mail, and like it comes with all this extra bullshit, and it's awesome. It's great. It's great. You're probably like, you say it's great, but you call it a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Where were we at? Obi-Wan the homie entered the chat. We got it's my job to make fun of myself. Nikki, you are great for putting up with all of us guys. Yeah, Nikki's awesome. You know what? And soon, guys, for people who aren't channel members, we are going to be dropping the video very soon of the chat that we had with Nikki. I know it's been a while. I've been editing the video and everything, and it's taken a while because like my audio levels were like way fucking off, and it sounded shitty. And so I'm having to go through there on all of my shit and tweak it and turn it up where her shit was loud and sounded good. I'm like, damn it. So yeah, it's been taking me a while to go through there and edit that damn video, but it's coming. Yeah, Nikki's awesome. Nikki's awesome. Nikki's out. Like we need, honestly, we need more Nikki's around here. We need more Felicities around here. We need more Grays around here. We need more great people in the community around here like that. Because there's a lot. But I mean, not to say anything bad about all you guys that are here now. I know. I'm going Disney. I'm forgetting all the fans that have been here all these years in order to cater to these new fans. I've gone woke. All right. Mike Porter says, I use DoorDash a lot. All right, there you go. Do I have Wayne deliver your shit? Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog free comic book day sucked. Oh man, that sucks. Did it? Yeah. Did it suck as much as your book? Because it was about vacuums, man. It was about vacuums. I'm not saying that. I didn't mean for that to go to you. I know you're not supposed to offend creators. Damn it. Tim's talk. What is up, my man? How you doing? It's over 9,000. Yeah. Love it. Yeah, those covers are fire. Yeah. Wayne says, I wish I was there with the girls in those postcards. You're funny, dude. You're funny. I need to find more. Where'd I put my coasters at? My drinks over here sweating like a mother. It's my secret. I'm always offended. Oh man. All right. Damn it. I'm superimposing pics of Reefer Man into White Widow art the rest of the night. There you go. Hell yeah. Pizza. I'm going to buy up all that LCS of Absolute Comics. Yeah. Absolutely. It's great. Pineapple on pizza. What? Oh. Yeah. Think of how their house is gonna smell. So you're saying you need? No. Awesome people. Like, I mean, just the ones we mentioned were awesome, but it is always great to get good, awesome female representation around. Yes, absolutely it is, because you know what, honestly, here, maybe that's something that we need to get into. I worked in many management leadership positions throughout my career when I was working at Walmart. And one of the things that I did, like when I worked for a majority of my career there, is I unloaded trucks. That means that every single goddamn day I'm out in this fucking warehouse up in that motherfucker, unloading these trucks, working my ass off, lifting every single box that goes into the store off of this truck, putting it on this conveyor, pushing it down the belt, unloading it all by hand. And you know what? Like, I swear, like, I worked there doing that for a lot of years, and worked with many different crews, different people coming and going. Not being the supervisor, being the supervisor. Not even just being the supervisor of it, but being actually like the manager kind of over it, different levels through my way of working back there. And you know what? A lot of the times, and here's the thing that goes along with that is the fact that I worked with. There was a lot of times there was women that would come work there and work in the back room unloading trucks. It's a very physical job. It's a lot of heavy lifting, moving around, and shit like that, right? And it's not an easy job. It's a fun job. And it's not easy in the fact that, for the most part, it seems thankless and all kinds of other bullshit. You're working physically hard, and it's a lot of physical activity, but it's really fun. Actually, it's probably one of the best jobs that there is to work there. But while we were there, and all the times I worked there, we always had, not always, but at times we had females that would go back there and work with us, women. And you know what? It was honestly always like fucking like almost every single time good for the crew to have that woman back there, to have women back there. Because sometimes there was actually a couple women who worked back there at the same time. But it was always good. It always worked out on all the teams that I worked with. Now, granted, I mean, I think when I was actually one of the, just like the regular, just associates back there working, just running the regular workers through most of that time. I think there was only one time when I was just one of the regular workers that I was a regular worker and, not a manager of it, that there was a female there and everything still worked smooth. But when I was there, it was always great too because like the women were always a great gauge and they helped keep the men in check. Not only kept them on their P's and Q's because without ever even having to say anything to the guys for the most part, they would all correct themselves, right? And not out of, and not even with the women always necessarily saying anything. Just that they would say some shit like, oh, like well, like, and eventually they would get all used to it. But not only that, and it's not even about that because most of the time the women would, the women would be like, say whatever you want, I don't give a shit. Like, you're not gonna offend me, like unless you're talking to me, like you're like, they'd be like, you're a man, you're like, you were working back there with a bunch of fucking 20-year-olds, like I get it. Even if they were kind of in that same age range with us too, because there was a couple of them that were like around our same age group as well. Like, they're like, I fucking know, like, I know how you boys are. Like, it's all good. And the other good thing was because like 9 times out of 10, which I gotta say, like, every time, like, the women came back there and worked just as hard, if not fucking harder, than every single dude that I had working back there. They would work. They would set an example, and they were a great example to use too. But they would just be back there just constantly just doing their work and staying on top of their shit. Where, you see the guys are back there fucking around and, sitting there Dutch ruddering each other and shit, jerking each other off. And it's like, dude, just like, can you just like, can you just work? Like, look, like, she's back there working. Can you just shut it. Just get our work done. We can get it done faster. And then you have all the time to fucking jackass around all you want after that. But like, I want this shit done. But that was the thing, is it's always good. Now, the thing is, there could be too much, I suppose, but for the most part, it all works itself out. Everything kind of, people who want to be there are there. And but it was always great because, like I said, it always worked out for the guys because the guys kind of naturally minded themselves more, they were more aware, right? They're more aware of the people around them and what's going on, and so it's always great. And the thing is they would a lot of times be good for morale and shit too, and stuff. Like, it was just really like just the dynamics of it all. But like, to me, it was always a good thing. It was always a good thing. And like I said, most of the women that ever went back there and worked with us fucking put it down, man. Fucking put that shit down, And I'm not even going all woman power here, but seriously, like, straight the fuck up. Most of the women that I ever worked with fucking run circles around most of the dudes, for the mere fact that boys are boys and they ain't gonna fuck around, They're gonna fuck around. Oh man. But yeah, no. But that's why, because it kind of helps, But like I said, we don't want nothing but a sausage fest in here either. Shit. Okay, now let's see what we got. Nikki with the 9.99 super chat says, Trend praising whammons. Is this a Trailer Park Live? Boo! No, but really, like it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's good, and the funny thing is, like most of the women, they'd come back there too. They'd be just as bad as the guys. Especially, they'd be just as bad as the guys and play along with the shit. Because, like I said, the guys would correct themselves just a little bit. They would still be themselves, but they would hold back a little bit, and the women would play along with them, and just like, and that was a cool thing. I remember actually one of the times, like when I was at the last store I got at, like I was when I first got there, I was at a position I was in a position where I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't be promoted or anything because I had had a D day. I had had a D day, and I had been demoted from my position and shit. And ended up getting transferred to this new store with some shit that's not supposed to happen. But the market manager got me transferred to the store, so I was working at the store. Well, eventually I was kind of putting in my time there, working. Eventually my D day fell off and all this bullshit, and I finally got in a position where I was able to start getting promoted again. And once I got into that position, like, people were ready to promote me again. They were like, yeah, like, we need this fucking guy. And what did they need? They needed somebody to come in and take over their fucking back room because it was a fucking mess. Because nobody knows how to keep these fucking all these dudes in check and get them to fucking work. And I went in there and turned some dials, twisted some knobs, tightened some screws, and got the motherfucker up and working good, right? And um along the way there, like when I first got back there in this new store, where like a whole lot of these people didn't know me, right? A whole lot of these people didn't know me. Like where I was going back there and getting ready to take over this stuff. A couple of them did. A couple of them probably didn't know me in the fact that my background and everything either, right? All these new unloaders, I went back there, I'm the new boss. They're like, oh, hey, like, they knew me, like, oh, hey, it's Trinity, like, they know me, but they don't know me, right? So one thing I had to do was I had to go back there and get to work with all these people that I was getting ready that I was going to be the manager of. So I went back there, and they actually had a woman on the crew already. And I went back there, and so I went back there and worked for a little while, for the first couple of weeks. See, how probably not even that long. See what's going on, see how the guys are working, and all of that shit. And in the meantime, it's kind of getting them to know. I was kind of getting to know the guys, getting them also to know that, like, the job they're doing, I can fucking do. I know what I'm doing when it comes to this shit, and also at the same time earning their respect, right? Kind of doing a lot of things at once because it's a position I've been in before, and I know what the fuck I'm doing. So I went back there, started whipping these motherfuckers into shape, and you can see there was a lot of, and I'm telling you, there was a lot of pushback, right? Because you got these guys back there that, I know they work hard, they know they work hard, but also I understand, but a lot of these guys got shit on at everything for the most part because the managers just go back there and fucking bark orders at them and expect them to want to work hard and be efficient. So I would go back there and had to work with these motherfuckers, got them working in, started getting them in line. Like I said, there was pushback though. Don't think there wasn't fucking pushback. There was fucking pushback for people like, oh, like, like, all this bullshit. Like, look, motherfucker, it's me or one of these asshole managers. What do you want? Chances are you're not gonna have a fucking choice if I have to ask you that. But, and there was a lot of pushback and things like that as I went through and started doing the things that I needed to do to make things efficient. And like I said, there was a woman back there working all the time, this lady Sandra, and she kicked ass. She was fucking awesome. She was great, and honestly, like, she put up with a lot of the guy's shit while I was when she was back there. And once I took it over, things were starting to change. Well, I wasn't back there for a whole a long time over them or anything before she ended up leaving or anything. But when I got back there, like before she left, I don't know, we had a few months working together. Before she left though, like probably like on her last day or some shit, Like she came up to me, and this is like just these moments with people, man. She came up and she's like, hey, because it was her last day. She's like, hey, she goes, Trini, I know we haven't got to work with each other long, but she goes, she's basically like, you're doing a great fucking job back here, and you're exactly what this place needs back here because like these guys back here, they just fuck around, they don't want to work. They're kind of rowdy and just like all this bullshit. Like kind of like she just kind of like unloaded on me, but not like bad stuff, not in a negative way. But she's like basically like these guys are kind of like a lot of these guys are kind of assholes, and they used to really be like this. But since you've been back here, I've noticed that a lot of like a lot of that shit's changed and just that kind of stuff. And you know what, like it always feels fucking good to hear that from people. You know what I mean? Especially when it's somebody that you've worked with and that you worked and you see how they work and the kind of person they are, and you hold. I guess you would say you hold them in a high regard and have a lot of respect for them. And which, believe me, this woman certainly had that from me. And I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Really made me feel good. But I also noticed that during that time, like I said, while I was back there, the guys they did start fucking started you know acting right because me, I wouldn't put up with shit. I've got a fucking job to do, right? I got a fucking job to do, and I don't need you and you're fucking around coming back here. And anyway, feel like we've gone on a little bit too long about this. Stormy became joined the Myrtle Maniacs once again. Welcome back to the digital copy, my man. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Stormy. I'm actually dead. I'm just Stormy Spirit. My man Lord Veedo is in the building. What is up? How are you doing? Need more carols around here. But she plays her MMO on Friday. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? All right. Yeah, he'll be forgotten as long as Nikki and Felicity is here. Oh man. Yeah. Crazy Gator, don't go anywhere. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Did a similar job when I did summer jobs. Did a similar job when I still did summer jobs when I was at school. Oh, okay, yeah. Did shipping and receiving out of Ontario in the back in the day, and that is no joke. Oh yeah, absolutely. I worked at the 4 to 1 a.m. shift unloading truck for Walmart too. Sucked. Was there till 4 a.m. sometimes. Absolutely, Reefer man. That's exactly the shift. That's like that was my shit. That was my shit, man. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm telling you, man. Like, and that's the thing. Like that is where like I I liked that position back there. Like I did a lot of things. I like I'm where I am today because of that fucking unloading job, right? Because of that like, that fucking job there, unloading trucks at Walmart. It's kind of the reason where I am, why I am where I am today, from doing that. The things that I learned and experienced just from that fucking job are just like a lot. Like, I don't know. Like, I just so much shit. But yeah, and yeah. I mean, it sucked at times. But like altogether, the experience itself was worth it. Yeah. I want to say something back, but as an indie comic creator, I'm no longer allowed to have an opinion online. Buy Suck It Up, Old Man in stores now. Not a lot of them, but still in stores. all right, all right, Aglax. We'll let you slide this time, you son of a. Yeah, out of 57 people at the junkyard, there are 3 women there. In the in the air conditioned offices. Oh man, that's messed up. That's messed up. Yeah. So this one time in band camp from Arkansas, Walmart used to be cool. Now I avoid that place. Yeah, I know, Dixie. I know. Working a physically demanding job, and some of the women work harder than the guys. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yep. I was wondering the same thing. Next thing you know, he's gonna start talking about Captain Marvel. Oh man, you missed it. You must have missed it then, Obi-Wan. You must have missed it because I already did. I already did. Yeah. There were one dude's holding jokes back in front of me. I'm way too used to males and your nastiness. Mainly dude friends all my life. Yeah. You know what? And that's how so many girls are. That's how so many girls are. You know what? Because like I know like a lot of women are like catty to other women too. You know, I mean, like they just don't get along. Just don't get along. Like generally, I mean, I guess it's just kind of like anybody, but like women usually still have only a select few good friends. You know what I mean? Like a select few. They never really have a lot. And even like some of the like the girls, like some of the girls and women I know and shit, that got like seem like they have like a lot of friends and all that bullshit. Like it's still only like fucking 5 or 6 friends that you always see them with. You know what I mean? Like that's and then that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah. For some reason YouTube cancels membership every month. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, and I know some of them do that. Yeah, some of them do that. It happens. There's a variant of Trinity. Just what is he ranting about? He's in California. What do you expect? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Yeah. 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 Trinity's a great manager. Just goes through the wrong doors. Yeah, absolutely. You're doing a great job, Trinity, but can you tone it down on the wokeness? It's really creeping me out. The ladies here. No. Mm. Okay, Stormy says I work for Nike, and from what I'm seeing, you have men and women who want to work, and you have a man and a woman who want to be lazy. It is what it is. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Ain't going nowhere. Veedo came to be on my A game. All right, all right. Ah, all right. Which is probably why I'm not girly. Women are shady, men are straight to the point. Only 1 or 2 women I trust. Rest are dude friends. Yeah, yeah. Let's say I knew that's how it is with a lot. That's how it is with a lot. A lot of people. A lot of people. Absolutely. Small circle. Small circle. But anyway, guys, it's kind of talking about all this stuff this morning. All this fucking weird shit going on out there in the world. Like I was talking about this morning how the like look, people these days for whatever reason need like like look, I'm not against representation or anything, but people need representation out of certain things these days, right? And it's really weird, and you see like a lot of the people, where you see in the comic books, they're going out and changing all these characters and all this different stuff. The Iceman, the Bobby Drake, the Tim Drake, the Drake, the Trinity Drake, TD Drakes, man. We're doing that shit. But you see all this stuff, and like, look, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with having characters that are representative of certain things out there, but you see what people have been talking about here over this past week or so is these characters that have been changed in the comics to be bisexual or gay. And I actually, I was talking about that this morning. And Tristan from Nerdette's Newsstand. Have you guys ever watched Tristan Nerdette's Newsstand? She's fucking great. She's fucking great. She does some great videos. And she actually did a video. Was it today? I was listening to it. She did a video where she was talking about kind of this whole thing that's going on with like Tim Drake, and like now supposedly Superman's going to be gay or bisexual or some crap like that as well, and kind of like a lot of some of that kind of controversy that's been going on these days with the comic books. And she actually brings up some good points as well. And here's the thing is like when it comes to these conversations, I think a lot of people bring a lot of valid points to the table when it comes to a lot of these things. And it just seems like the conversation can go on about these things kind of all day. Now, I certainly don't think that there's anybody out there who is necessarily against certain people or anything being represented in comic books and characters or anything like that. Like I've talked about tonight and even before, is there's plenty of characters out there that represent different communities out there. There's plenty of these things going on out there in comic books altogether, let alone in the actual, like the big two, the ones that everybody's aspiring to be in, right? And Tristan, she did a video today kind of talking about some of this stuff. And look, like it's really weird that like one of the things that she brought up is about some of these characters. Now, I don't know Tim Drake. I don't read DC Comics or anything. But one of the things that she talked about, and even through other conversations I've seen out there, is about people talking about changing these old characters that have been around for a long time and doing some of these different things with them. And one of the things, like I think she kind of mentioned in her video, was like there are some of these characters that done it with that are not necessarily been around for a long time, and so like okay, maybe so much, maybe okay with this character, but maybe not turning Clark Kent into to being bisexual or whatnot. And I think she brings up kind of some like I said, when it comes to these kinds of things, some very valid points and arguments when it comes to that. And like I feel like it always comes to these kinds of things and it treads into this territory, right? This territory of the same thing, the same argument where I hear people talking about a lot, and I'm like, this is like an argument like, I've heard a lot lately these arguments when like Taskmaster came out, right? When Taskmaster came out in the Black Widow movie, and people were sitting there talking about Taskmaster and what they did with Taskmaster, right? And I've seen people online. I actually seen somebody do this thing online, like, oh, like nobody cares. Like nobody cares about this character, but all of a sudden they change it to a woman, and everybody cares about this character. Nobody cared about this character, and of course, naturally, this happens with different characters and everything out there. And of course, naturally, everybody's a huge fan of this character. Everyone's a huge fan of this character. But ultimately, the thing is like I said, there's always this kind of two-way argument. There's people who are like, oh, nobody cared about this character in the first place. So what's the problem if they do a sex change, or they do or they race change or anything in this character? What's it matter? Nobody cared about this character anyway. And the thing is, like, while there could always maybe at some point be an argument to be made there, but for the most part, I think it's pretty simple to surmise that there's always somebody that's a fan of a certain character, no matter what fucking comic book it is. You could pull probably the most obscure character out there, and somebody's gonna be like, I like that character. It's a character I like, and I wish we seen more in the comic books and shit like that. Like, one of the biggest ones I can think of in recent memory was, remember when Falcon and Winter Soldier came out, and you had Valentina Di Contessa, blah 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 blah. She came out in the show, and it was funny too. I remember on one of the streams one day when that show came out. It was probably the stream right after she first came out. I'm like, look, nobody knows who the fuck this character is. There's probably people who know who it is, but for the most part, nobody knows who this character is. Nobody gives a shit. But there's gonna be people out there acting like they're the fucking Valentina Di Contessa Herrera, whatever the fuck her name is. Experts. There's fucking experts everywhere, right? And that's the thing, is like, so like, when it comes to these conversations, they become tricky of all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I was saying today, it's like God, where do we draw the line? Because with these things, like I would completely agree. Why take this character who has classically and historically been this and go through there and change them? Obviously, we know the biggest change, Bobby Drake, who was straight for 30 years, and then all of a sudden was gay, right? And recently we see obviously Tim Drake. Now they're talking about what's his name, the super son, the kid. I don't know what his name is. I don't read that shit. I already said I don't read Marvel and DC anymore. But they got him kind of going through the same thing. People are speculating about that. But one of the things, like I said, Nerdette brought up is like these characters. These ones are somewhat newer when you get into the Tim Drake. And again, you can feel free to correct me or be pissed off down in the comments about them. Like, they're not really all that old. So it's one, while there are plenty of people who care about this character and are probably going to be upset by it, it's probably one to, it's probably easier to make the son that way than it is to just say, oh, hey, Clark Kent, So I get that. And I think there's certainly, I think there's a good argument there to be made when it comes to that. And of course it comes down to that again, that same kind of thing, you know, like there's kind of that double-edged blade there where like, oh, nobody cared about this character anyway. But of course somebody fucking cares about the character. Like people do. We know this. So I mean, again, there's always kind of these weird, tricky lines, and like, is it as bad to do that with Tim Drake as opposed to doing that with Bruce Wayne or Clark Kent, right? So, I mean, I think there's that. I think there's an argument to be made there. But again, it comes down to that, like I said, that same sort of thing. Like, oh, who cares about this character anyway? Now, another thing, you know, that I do, and I will say that I did hear one argument out there in the plethora of fucking silly commentaries about this, and we'll get into this in just a minute. But there was a point made that about this character coming out as being bisexual all of a sudden, and like I said, we'll get into more of this in a minute. Was like look, because they were talking about lazy writing in the comics and how people were looking at Tim Drake being bisexual as lazy writing, and the point they were bringing up, like you know, they were of course going fucking crazy about it, but was like it's not lazy writing. Now one of the things they brought up was the fact that this character hasn't been around forever, but the argument truly comes down to also that this is like the argument being had here is exactly why so many people don't come out for years anyway. Like you take like your Elton Johns, or you take just any person that has like nobody has really made a deal of their sexuality and then later come out like, oh yeah, I'm gay or I'm lesbian or whatnot, right? Like years later, like you find out, and like like some of them are like, well yeah, like it's kind of obvious, but and they were talking about stuff like that, but that was kind of the point they brought up, is like this is why people don't do it, is because the reaction that people have when stuff like this happens. And you can see it's happening with this character that's not really been around for a really long time. And I'm like, there's actually I kind of like that there's a valid argument to be made there, is like this is kind of representative of exactly what happens when people do this. When they come out, people are like, oh my god, like, and they fucking freak out about shit like that. And that's how some people are. Now, however, I do kind of feel like that's almost like an argument that's like, well, yeah, of course, but like, I mean, like again, there's always that kind of this double-edged sword where but I do think that that's kind of an argument to be made as well. It's like that kind of proves the point, is where some people still aren't ready for that stuff to come out. And again, then you get into a character that's been around for 15-20 years as opposed to fucking 50 years, right? I think there's a huge difference there. I think there's a huge difference. And I'm not saying that it's something that should or shouldn't be done. To me, the biggest thing is like I could give a fuck less, because I don't care who Batman is screwing, what he's doing. A few weeks ago, a month ago, however long ago it was, the whole Batman eating pussy thing. Like, I could give a fuck less. He, like, as far as I know, in the comics, he's had relationships with women, so I could probably only assume that he does that. I mean, but also, like, I don't really care either. Like, and that's the thing, is like, I don't really care what the bedroom habits are of people, what they want to do there, and who they want to do it with, just generally. So it's like, I don't really give a shit. And that's kind of why I'm in the boat of like, I don't really want to see that in the comic. And in most cases, you don't see it in the comic, right? In most cases, you don't see it in the comic. But I can guarantee the one thing you are going to see is the holding hands and the kissing, right? You're going to see that for sure. They're going to do that. But again, like, there's like, what is the happy medium? Like, create, like, and then the thing is, I know that we all say, create new characters and do this bullshit with the new character. right? And don't give me the whole, I don't want to hear anybody make the bullshit argument like, oh, well, it's so hard to create new characters. People fucking do it all the time. You can create likable characters, no fucking problem. People do it all the time in comic books. You can go read indie comic books. You can read fucking new characters coming into any of these comic books. There's new characters that come into them, okay? You can write new characters, right? But the thing is like, I mean, like the new character. I mean, say that was a new character. Like, do they have to like to kind of get some of that argument there? Where like the people like I don't know. Like I said, there's a whole argument to be made about it, and I completely understand where people would get upset about it. And I understand the argument too, or maybe this character isn't quite as old, and maybe it's not as bad of a crime as changing some of our classic characters, right? But again, what is it? I can't remember that quote. I can't remember that quote. Tolerance is the dildo in which. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember that quote. But it was a funny one. It was a funny one. But so and altogether, I think that even most people that are in all of these arguments together talking about the changing of the sexuality of these characters, I honestly think most of the people that I hear out there talking about like, oh, you shouldn't do that, like most of them don't care if you have a gay character in a comic book. I don't think most people care about that. You know, because you could go out there and look at all kinds of movies and stuff, comic books that have come out throughout time that have these kind of characters in them. And most of the time, people don't really care. And they don't even have to be the tropey character either. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Let me know what you guys, how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. I'm sure you guys were already saying some stuff. But so I was watching this other channel, just seeing everybody's reaction to it. I was watching this one channel, and this guy made this post. Made this post. It was like fucking hilarity, right? And sometimes like this shit makes me laugh, but like this post it said I should probably find the original one, but it says, if you want to unsub to me because I encourage you to actually read a comic book before you have an opinion on the writing of that comic book, I'll happily wish you well on your way out. But for those still here, don't have an opinion on the writing of a comic if you haven't read that comic. It is that simple. Now, yeah, I don't know. I think it could be kind of that simple. But I think one of the things that a lot of people are, when I got into these comments of a post like this, when you get in there and you read this out loud and you say is you're telling people they can't have an opinion, which you can't really do that. Look, here's the thing: people are free to have their stupid opinion or their good opinion, whether you agree with it or not. Is kind of irrelevant for the most part. The thing is you can't tell people that they're not free to have an opinion, whether it's an ignorant opinion, whether it's ill-informed. You can't really do that, and like people kind of take offense to that, right? I mean, wouldn't you kind of be offended even if you had a dumbass opinion and somebody said, you know what, buddy? You're not allowed to have your dumbass opinion. Seems kind of, right? Like, who the fuck died and made you king shit and said that I'm not allowed to have a fucking stupid take? Right? Then that's just that. Then there's just that. But then you get into the comments and there's kind of this whole little argument going on about this whole Tim Drake thing, right? About this whole Tim Drake thing. And the guy that came on and made the comment said, oh, well, I think it's kind of stupid and bullshit about making Timothy Drake gay. And that's when, and this is where the argument became, is he's not gay. He's bisexual. Bisexual isn't gay. And the whole thing, like, fuck it, that, like, that's where it went. And this dude continued to get upset that, but like, and the thing is, like, honestly, like, you could ask anybody, like, a lot of people out there, um, who would say that, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it kind of is. But hey, who am I to say? I'm probably the intolerant, right? But that's where the argument went, where it's like the argument started to become about this instead of that. It's like it's like you like you're arguing about one thing, but then the argument becomes something else, and you're carrying it in this other direction that's not even anything to do with the original argument, right? And it's just so weird. But that's where it is nowadays. That's where we're at nowadays with this shit. Like I was saying this morning, like, this world has fucking, like, social media has turned the fucking world into, like, fucking Jersey Shore. Like, you're just waiting for the next stupid shit that somebody's gonna say in any of these fucking comment sections or any of these fucking social media things out there. Like, what's the next stupid shit that one of these dumb motherfuckers is gonna say? Because, like, every single time, like, it's like I'm watching and listening to some irrational stupid motherfucker out there, like, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, what's going on? What the fuck is going on in this world? You know what I mean? Like, when I was, and I was talking about this the other day too. When I was growing up, in back when I was a kid through the 80s and the 90s, my parents raised me to like other people, to not discriminate against people, even though I was discriminated against a lot. They raised me, I don't know, I would say, to be a pretty decent person. They raised me not to treat people differently solely based on things like the color of their skin or anything like that. I would say probably not even their economic status, because we weren't fucking rich, we weren't poor, but they kind of taught me and my sister not to treat people differently for these things. Where nowadays, I kind of see it's not that. Like I'm supposed to treat people differently. I seen this story the other day. I was watching. Oh man, what's his name? Ruined Leon. You guys know Ruined Leon? He did this video on this story out there. There was this teacher. I can't even remember what fucking state this teacher was in. But there was this teacher. Or it wasn't even a teacher. It was a principal. This principal at this school. Took the classes and divided them up. The black kids had their own class, and the white kids, and I'm guessing every other race, was in a completely different class. Like, she took and segregated all of the classes throughout her school and said that this gives these children more opportunity and blah blah blah, and like believed all this bullshit. And eventually the school board got a call, and it was fucking hilarious, where you see this black woman on there being interviewed by the news, and she's like, she looked like she even still looked like she didn't know what the fuck was going on. But she's sitting there being interviewed. She's like, yeah, believe me, this is 2020, and I got this phone call that one of our principals had basically took and separated and segregated the classes with the black kids and the white kids, and I was sitting there like, what? Are you serious? This is 2020. This is one of our people. And she said, one of my people. She said, one of my people. And, like, I can't believe I'm seriously having this discussion. I'm getting this phone call about this principal. This principal segregating the kids in this fucking school. And you know what's funny about this is like, I'm sitting like, holy shit, man. Like, are you fucking serious? Now, the funny thing is, like, because, like, I remember it's been I mean, I said it a handful of years ago, but this is back in my Facebook days, and it's been a while. But one of the things I said is like, man, it's like fucking weird. Like I'm weird living in fucking clown world. Like I'm living in a world, and I knew it. I knew it. Like when I seen the story, like this has been years ago. I said like, dude, like seriously, I'm seeing people what they're saying online. Like these are people that, and this is on Facebook, like people that I actually know that I thought were seemingly rational individuals, that like the things they were saying, like I'm not sure if they fucking said them out loud what they're saying to themselves, but I'm like, it sounds like all y'all motherfuckers asking for segregation again. Like it sounds like you're wanting segregation, like you're wanting to, like that's, I don't know, but that's where we're at with things, right? Is that where we're at? I don't know. I don't know. And and the thing is like, where's the how's the way to go about it? You know, how do they do that? How do they do it in the comics with these characters? You know, do they have to create that new one? Can they take one that's been around for those handful of years? You know, and automatically, because the thing is like we all know this too. If they automatically just create that character and they come out, and that's the thing is like nobody's gonna give it a chance. Like say Marvel came out with a character. Say they came out with a character, and say who knows, maybe it's actually a good. So let's imagine that it's a good character, that it's well written. The character looks, good, interesting, has a good story and everything. But say they came out with this new character, and they introduce him in whatever series or whatnot, get him kind of in a series before they launch his own series. Hey, get ready to launch their own series, and they do all that, but they come out and they say like, oh hey, yeah, this character is XYZ, fucking whatever about their character, right, for the representation, what for whatever thing is. The thing is like automatically people certain people are going to want to back it up, but some people aren't going to want to back that character and go read those books, because a company like a Marvel or a DC would dare come out and say like, oh, this character is going to be this, and he's getting his new character. This character is XYZ, and they're going to be going out and doing this book. And the thing is, nobody's going to probably go out and get that book, because they're going to be like, oh, well, you advertised it to us as that, so I'm assuming that it's going to be a big thing in the book, right? When maybe all they're trying to do is tell you that that's what they're doing and putting in the book, right? But classically, we can see what's happened is that's not what they've done. They've done the here, let me just take it and shove it down your throat route. But hey, I'm just saying, where is the happy medium though? What is the way for them to do it right? Right? Because if they come out and they write a new character and they just put all the gayness in there or whatever, whatever, right off the bat, is it too much at once? You know? They gotta hold off on Do they gotta hold off a few issues? Is it something that they do in issue 1? Or is it issue 5? Or is it issue 20? Or is it issue 30? At what point with that new character do they out him, if you will? Is it in the first issue? In the solicits? All these kinds of things I've been really thinking about here over these past couple of days as everything's kind of been going on and everything. And believe me, like I said, I still feel the way I feel about it. Is like just create a new character and do all that. But the thing is just like I just asked, when is the time to create that new character and let it be known about their sexuality, who they're sleeping with, whatever, all that bullshit? When is the time? When they're soliciting in that issue number 1? Because then, like I said, everybody's going to assume that it's about that they're going with that at the forefront. But then if they wait, you run the risk of pissing people off, saying, hey man, it's character, right? Or you're just going to do the beat around the bush thing for the first 10 issues before you do it. I don't know. I'd be interested to know what you guys think. I'd be interested to know what you guys think of that. Because like I said, I've been thinking about that. The new character thing. Does it got to be brand new? Character that came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago? I mean, what's the bar? What's the gauge? I just don't really know, you know? Because like I said, for me, it's easy. I read indie comics. Do that shit on fucking issue 1. I just showed you that one book earlier. It shows right there. You open up the fucking book. It's right there, right in your face. You know. I don't know. But anyway, let's get here into the chats. I know somebody's saying something. Let's see. Where we at here? I'm sorry, but if you didn't see Simtrake being a guy coming from miles away, you never read his comics. He always has a little flirty with other male characters. Connor Kent especially. All right, yeah. And as I say, like I never read it, so I wouldn't know. And I honestly have no skin in that game, so I could really care less. I could really care less. So, when it comes to that, aggressively relaxing says representation goes too far. They need to stop trying to appeal to these weird conservatives who don't buy comics. Just make everyone in my soap operas down to bang everyone like God intended. Oh, aggressively relaxing, man. It's funny, man. Cracking me up, my brother. Where's this guy? Everyone wants to be Floridan. They hate us because they ain't us. Oh, they hate us because they ain't us. Yeah. Yeah. What's a weird conservative? Well, you know, the weird ones. Duh. Your cousin Myrtle is hilarious. Oh, I know, man. Like, he's out of control. His characters are slowly turning gay. Yeah, all of them. Well, and that's the thing. We all are. We all are. Just face it. Face it. Face it. You are. Look. Look. Don't act like that first time you seen fucking Chuck Norris fucking kicking ass in a movie and shit. You're like, yeah, motherfucking Chuck. Yeah, look at it, man. Like, shit, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good looking dude. I'm gonna model my fucking haircut after him and shit. I didn't get my fucking, yeah. Yeah, I got my fucking karate pants and shit on. Stop bouncing around. Like, you know, you, like, look. Come on, man. Come. Oh, man. Tell you people all the time, Florida's that crazy friend who just got out of jail. They laugh at us, but there's a problem. They call. Oh man, they call us what? They call us what? They're all moving here now and vacationing here. They just believe the trash on the news and twata. I don't want to be Floridan. If you look at a map of America, Florida looks like America's penis. They're going to be more gay characters in the comics than straight people, which is not accurate in real life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Hetero representation. Jason Strope, thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a very good evening. Big over energy. The mess with Texas. Stormy says actually having an older character coming out is more accurate to real life than creating a new character that has a different sexuality. Yeah, and like I said, that's one of the things that one of these guys made an argument of, and I'm like, I get that argument. I get that argument. It's an argument to be made. I can get it. I can get it. But I don't know. Like I said, because then it gets into that argument that the other guy was having about the difference of because if they were classically straight and then they come out and say that they're like say that they like guys and that makes them bisexual, not gay. But then I think it probably depends on who you ask. Who would say that? I don't know. It's like I don't know. But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you got a good point there, Stormy. Keep making these comics, shoving these conservative messages down our throats. But it's like saying, don't go woke and then end up making less money. Yeah. I need a legal strap. Unfortunately, I have 2 felonies, so I can't legally have one. Oh man, no, Lord Veedo, man. I know, man. I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Whatever the rest of the states are soft compared to Florida and Texas. Yeah. Bad Boys theme song intensifies. Oh, that was years ago. I'm stuck with them. Now I'm a good boy. Yeah, I swear. Oh, Lord Veedo, my man. Yeah. Maybe it's because I'm 20 and I grew up in a generation where I see chicks become grew up in a generation where I see chicks become dicks every day. Where one or two of my friends are gay, it doesn't bother me all that much. But hey, not everyone. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, like me, like I know plenty of people that are like some of my like even some of my friends from back home um have come out and everything as well. Like, and the thing is, like, and I think that's the biggest thing for most people when it comes to this is again, it's probably that initial thing at first. It depends on how they do the story later. Because what they tend to do when they do this in the comic books with the characters is it becomes one of those things. Just like when Ellen came out, one of my friends even talked about that as well. He's like, dude, I fucking love Ellen. I love the Ellen show. But then when she came out and her fucking show became about that every fucking show. And that he's like, believe me, he's like, I don't have anything against it, but like I'm trying to watch the show and it's fucking that every show. Every fucking show. He's like, I can't even just enjoy I can't even enjoy the show the way it was before now because every fucking thing has to be that. And and it sucks because I like Ellen. You know, I like the show, but like, you know, kind of like when I used to watch Saturday Night Live, like all the fucking time. But then once they got Trump derangement syndrome, they got TDS, and they brought on Alec Baldwin to start doing Trump again instead of having Daryl Hammond like they fucking had forever, who was doing it up to that fucking point and still was. They took him off, but then like every skit became about it, and it was just like it's the same fucking joke over and over again. It's like, you know, and and I think that's, but yeah, like I said, but that's the thing is like it's beating them over the head with it. Are they gonna do that with the character? Because if they don't do it that with the character, nobody's gonna give a shit. Nobody's gonna give a shit. They'll be like, okay, well, he came out, and, you know, I guess that was it. You know, if they do with that, I'm sure most people aren't gonna really give you know, be talking about it in fucking 2 months. They're gonna be like, oh, well, okay, well, cool. But chances are, what we've seen when they do that with the characters, that's kind of what it becomes all about, you know. But let's hope not. Let's hope not. You know, let's hope not. You know, because like I said, for me, like I don't really give a shit. I don't want to see that shit in the comics. Like I want to see the superheroes kicking ass. You know, maybe in their regular life, you see some of the little bits of it. They're struggling, you know, whatnot. Maybe you see their partner, but most of the time, you don't see them sitting there fucking anyway. So, you know, like I said, it's no skin off my back anyway because I don't read any of these fucking books anyway. The books that I read when that shit happens in, I expect it. if I open up, look, if I open up Money Shot and I see two dudes or male species humping, I kind of expect it in Money Shot. You know what I mean? um, wait, they made Robin a. Oh man, aggressively. That's funny. Um, I say stupid shit all the time. Yeah. Obi-Wan says identity politics usually bothers those trying the usually bother those trying to identify. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, but Tim Drake has always had that vibe around him to his comics. All right, yeah. And I was gonna say, like I said, I haven't ever read them, so I could never say. Like I've been saying here over the past few weeks, man, as I've been reading these Avengers books. They come after Steve Rogers. Anybody arguing out there might have some fucking solid footing on that, man. I'm telling you. Cap kind of made. I'm kind of wondering, Cap, man. Like, did they have him coded this whole time? Jersey Shore. Yeah. I'm surprised. Also, I wouldn't even know. People weren't upset over it. Yeah. Yeah. Landon, thank you so much for being here. I blame what we become on the show MTV back in the day called The Real World. Oh yeah, that one too, huh? Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Who could have imagined? On an unrelated note, remember that character's costume? Anyway, I'm going to watch ambiguously gay duo clips on YouTube. Yeah. This is my last Friday stream for summer break. I barely made it to the morning stream. Sorry about that, Trinity. Be going back to school next week. Wish me luck. Good luck, Landon. Good luck with your schooling. Get it done. Whatever other people think of me is none of my business. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's true. And then that's the thing. And even if you found out, like, can you really be upset about it? You know, and that's one of the things, like, I was, like, my daughters, they were watching this show the other day, one of these little teeny bopper shows where, you know, you see the girl, you know, she walks in on her friends talking about her. She's like, oh, you know, and they say some shit that's kind of like mean, and she takes it, you know, she's like, oh, you see her all sad. She hears, oh, she's all disappointed. And that's kind of the reason why. I mean, like, you hear this shit, like, you take it, you're probably going to take it a little bit personal and some of that shit. But obviously, you know, some of the things is too, like, you can't really just, like, it's hard to change somebody's mind about shit. Like, it takes time if you're going to do all that. But like, it's something that you can't really worry about. Yeah. Children aren't by nature racist. Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's a learned thing. It's a learned thing. Absolutely. Saw a video. Oh, dang it, Lord Veedo, where'd it go? Dang it. Saw a video where an episode of Muppet Babies, Gonzo wanted to wear a dress to the dance, but it wasn't acceptable. Then a fairy god person gave him a princess dress. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. You know, I remember, that was kind of a thing. Then there's been people talking about Gonzo here over the past couple weeks. They've probably seen that same episode that you're talking about. And what the fuck was that shit? I seen this advertisement. What the fuck is this Cinderella thing that they did where they got some dude dressed up as the fucking fairy godmother? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Like, I fucking can't, man. I'm just gonna fucking move on from that. I'm not even gonna fucking say anything. I'm not even gonna say anything. Yeah, that makes me think. How many boys really want to wear dresses as kids? Right. Yeah. Can't think of any of my friends that wanted to wear dresses. Yeah. Storm says, "Damn, Veedo out here exposing us." Oh man, means whatever. Me, I knew my friends. I just never knew my friends. Yeah. Pretty sure they would just say, yeah. Believe me, like, yeah, true too. Because believe me, like, little boys, they say and do stupid shit all the time. Like, you would know that shit. You would know. Yeah, should have seen what they did in Blue's Clues. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's the thing. Like, yeah, no, that's like, yeah. Are we gonna shame Gonzo culture now? Yep. Like, I was thinking, are there a lot of dudes that secretly want to wear dresses? I don't know, man. You know what? Look, man, you'll see some shit on the internet. So, yeah, there is. And look, I gotta be honest with you. Here's the one thing I will say, Veedo. On that note, look, I'm gonna say this, and this is fucked up. I know. I'm a cyclist, right? So I wear, when I'm going out riding for fucking, 3 hours, 4 hours, hour and a half. When I go out on these rides, I need the equipment to go ride and be fucking comfortable while riding for that long. And that typically means wearing the stuff that a cyclist wears, having a jersey with pockets so I can put my shit in there, and wearing some bibs and some shorts. The shorts have a chamois in them, so my ass don't go all super numb. They got the super comfortable gel pads in them and stuff, so my shit don't go numb, and my wiener don't fall off. And I got those when I go out riding. But what is most of this shit made of? Spandex. And I gotta tell you, they're fucking comfortable as hell. Spandex, you know, like the bibs are wearing shit, the jerseys and all that. Comfortable as fuck. It's comfortable. Plus, it wicks away moisture and shit while you're out riding, so all the sweat and everything doesn't absorb in there. You don't get as much chafing and all that. Comfortable as shit. Now, fortunately, like the shit that basically I'm wearing it's basically like your wife's pantyhose. It's like made of the same thing. So, like Willie Joe Namath, I get it, man. Like I get it. The shit's comfortable as fuck, but it's not a dress either. So hey, you might see my well-shaped legs and my finely sculpted glutes in spandex while I'm out riding because honestly it's comfortable. Yeah. So I mean maybe and some dudes do and but you know what? You can decide that as a man. You can decide that as a man. Absolutely. When I was in high school, girls would wear skirts. Boys could not wear shorts. So two of my friends wore skirts in protest. That's funny. That's funny. I agree that kids' cartoons probably shouldn't talk about diversity. 10-year-old boys want to become girls these days and the other way around. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. On kids shit. And that's the thing, though, too. But, and that's kind of the thing, though, is they do a lot of shit in cartoons with that stuff. They put a lot of that stuff in cartoons. And the thing is, they'll say, oh, it's adult cartoons. It's like, don't let your kids watch it. Absolutely. But then it's still a cartoon. You know what I mean? And certainly as a parent, you should be active in what your kids are watching and all that stuff. But yeah, as I'm saying, and that's the thing is like, so you got to keep your kids from watching, you know, like don't have them watching Adult Swim and some of that bullshit because you know they put a lot of that shit in there, or fucking, you know, I don't know, like probably Steven Universe and all that kind of weird shit. Yeah, like the other day I was watching a show. My kids were watching some show and I was seeing it on. Like I told my kids, don't ever watch that fucking show again. So I can't remember the show, but I seen some shit that was going on. I said, don't ever watch that shit again. Just don't even watch it. Don't ever watch it again. Yeah. My high school mascot was the Rebels. Oh, you went to Quartz Hill too, huh? Yeah. Kilts are not skirts. They let the balls hang out. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you got kilts for sure. To be fair, my homeboy wears kilts as a bartender sometimes, but he loves to represent his heritage. Yeah, absolutely. Kilts, yeah. I'm not really nervous for school, but I'm scared for my childhood. I don't want to leave it behind ever. Yeah, I hear you, Landon. Stormy 2, I've never worn one, but for cosplay, Braveheart stuff, yeah. I've got, I was gonna say, I've got my Renaissance shit, but I don't have a kilt. Yeah. Justice for William Wallace. Yeah. Freedom. Yeah. I want to apologize again for not coming to the streams. So 2 weeks before, I remember it was yesterday celebrating summer break. Yeah. It's all over. Is it okay to be shy? I mean, yeah, I guess so. Some chicks dig it. All right, take it easy, Stormy. Have a good one. Thanks for being here, man. And we'll get together. We're gonna get together, Stormy. We need to get together. You need to tell me when you're free. Our generation is so dumb. If you don't talk or are shy, they bug you so much. I remember when I was younger, I had to lie and be cool just not to be looked at weird. Oh yeah, because I'm like, oh my god, are you okay? You're not gonna. Will we see you tomorrow? Yeah. I hear you. Telling you right now, across the line. Telling you right now, across the line with pedo shit. If they try to make that acceptable, it's fucking war. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm right there with you, Lord Veedo. Like, yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, no, with the pedo shit. Absolutely not. You fucking. We're right there, bro. We're right there. Yeah. Not down with that fucking sick shit. That's the problem with fucking Hollywood is they're all into that shit. Remember watch if you missed another Friday November stream for the president election to get nostalgia because that stream was legendary once in a lifetime. Oh man, but all right, guys. Here we are, 10:30. God, I can't believe we've already been going that long. Shit. Gonna bring this stream to an end. It's been a very good night. Thank you all so much for being here. We've had some very generous super chats this evening and today. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. Tonight, we had Stormy re-upping his membership. Nikki with a $10 super chat. We had Mike Porter with another $1 super chat. And let's not forget all the generous people who sent in super chats this morning. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, you all have a good day. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. You know, tell all your friends, hey, come watch this guy flap his gums and make you mad. But you all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.